Have you ever found yourself in a difficult situation in your relationship and didn't know how to act? Do you feel like you're stuck in a cycle of arguments and misunderstandings that seem never-ending? Or perhaps you're dealing with the end of a relationship and can't seem to find a way to move forward. If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're not alone. Relationships can be challenging, and often we feel lost not knowing what the next step to take. In today's video, we'll explore how Stoic teachings can help us navigate the complexities of relationships and face the challenges of endings with resilience and determination. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on wisdom, courage, and self-discipline, offers valuable tools for dealing with intense emotions and difficult situations that often arise in relationships. These Stoic reflections will serve as a guide for facing these moments with resilience and determination. Together, we'll discover how Stoic principles can transform the way we deal with relationships, helping us find peace and clarity in times of turmoil. First lesson, strengthening mental resilience. Have you ever found yourself compromising your mental health for a relationship that seems to never improve? Have you ever felt like you're burning your own house just to keep warm, sacrificing your sanity and happiness for the sake of someone else? If so, know that you are not alone in this journey. In relationships, we often lose ourselves, neglecting our own peace and mental strength. As Epictetus teaches us, it's not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance. In a tumultuous relationship, it's easy to let the actions and words of the other person invade our minds and upset our emotional balance. However, Stoic philosophy reminds us that we are the guardians of our own thoughts. No one can take away our happiness unless we allow them to. Our inner peace should not be a commodity that can be negotiated or sacrificed. Imagine that your mind is a fortress. Every negative thought we allow in is like a breach in the walls. By practicing self-discipline and self-control, we reinforce these walls, protecting ourselves against the attacks of destabilizing emotions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Therefore, we must cultivate thoughts that promote peace and resilience rather than allowing negativity to consume us. Regaining control of our mental health requires a conscious choice every day. We must decide not to be dragged down by the chaos around us. Seneca teaches us that sometimes even to live is an act of courage. This courage manifests when we choose peace over conflict, when we choose to take care of ourselves, even if it means distancing ourselves from situations or people that harm us. And do you feel like you're sacrificing your mental health for the sake of someone else? How about starting to reflect on Stoic teachings and applying these principles in your life? Remember that you control your thoughts and therefore have the power to preserve your happiness and sanity. By strengthening your mind and defending your peace, you not only improve your own life, but also become a positive influence for those around you. So the next time you feel tempted to burn your house to keep warm, remember the words of Epictetus: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Invest in building an unshakable mental fortress and see how it transforms not only your relationship but your entire existence. If you are finding value and inspiration in the reflections shared on this channel, I invite you to join our community of wisdom seekers and personal growth. By subscribing, you will have access to more reflective and inspiring content that can help you on your journey of self-discovery and self-transformation. Second lesson, be the protagonist of your life. Have you ever found yourself saying yes to something you don't like, just to please others? Have you ever felt like you're wearing a suffocating mask, hiding your true essence to fit into others' expectations? If so, know that this struggle is not uncommon. Often we allow ourselves to be carried away by the desire to please others, losing sight of who we really are. Albert Camus once said, "Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Walk beside me and be my friend." This wisdom resonates deeply with Stoic teachings, which encourage us not to overly concern ourselves with others' opinions, but to focus on our own integrity and truth. Stoic philosophy reminds us that we are the protagonists of our lives, not mere supporting characters in someone else's story. As Epictetus teaches us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This is a call to authenticity, a reminder that we must first understand and define who we are before committing to actions and decisions. Saying no to things that are not aligned with our values and interests is not selfishness, but an act of self-care and self-respect. By saying yes to everything and everyone, we risk suffocating our happiness, living a life that is not truly ours. We need to learn to say no with courage, protecting our peace and integrity. It's not about rejecting others, but affirming our own identity and values. Do you often feel pressured to please others, even if it means compromising your own desires and needs? Are you tired of living a life that feels more like a role played for others than an authentic expression of who you are? It's time to reassess this dynamic and embrace Stoic wisdom. Allow yourself to be honest with yourself, living according to your own convictions and passions. Remember the words of Seneca, "Life, if well lived, is long enough." This means living according to your principles and values, not allowing others' expectations to define your path. Be real, be yourself, and find the true satisfaction and peace that come from authenticity. Third lesson, overcoming the fear of solitude. Have you ever found yourself fearing loneliness to the point of making decisions based solely on the fear of being alone? Have you felt pressured to maintain relationships that don't bring you happiness, just to avoid the emptiness of solitude? Aristotle, in his profound wisdom, taught us that knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. This teaching strongly resonates with Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and self-sufficiency. Facing the fear of solitude begins with an inward journey, where we deeply connect with ourselves and learn to value our own company. Solitude is not synonymous with isolation. In fact, it can be a powerful space for self-discovery and personal growth. When we choose to be alone, we are not necessarily lonely. We are creating precious time to reflect, grow, and connect with our true selves. When we confront the fear of solitude head-on, we begin to see our choices in a new light. We stop making decisions based on fear and start seeking connections that truly add value to our lives. We are no longer desperate for company. We are open to genuine relationships that enrich and inspire us. As Epictetus taught us, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well. By managing our time wisely, we are also managing our emotional space. This means being selective about the people we choose to spend our time with and the activities we choose to fill our days with. Dedicate time to reading, meditation, and activities that bring us joy and personal growth is a way to honor our own company and prepare ourselves for healthier and more meaningful relationships. Therefore, instead of fearing solitude, embrace it as an opportunity to grow and strengthen yourself. Remember that your happiness and inner peace do not depend on being surrounded by people, but on being in harmony with yourself. By cultivating this relationship with yourself, you will be better prepared to build genuine and lasting connections with others. As Seneca said, life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it is well invested. Invest your time in yourself and see how your life transforms. Fourth lesson, be loyal to yourself. Have you ever felt lost, trying to please everyone around you while your own dreams and goals are left behind? Have you ever had the sensation that, by trying to adapt to the expectations of others, you're losing your essence? If you've ever questioned these matters, you're not alone. Stoic philosophy offers us profound wisdom to navigate through these challenges, teaching us to value our own journey without sacrificing our well-being for the expectations of others. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, warns us about the danger of spreading ourselves too thin, trying to be in many places at once. He wisely stated that being everywhere is the same as being nowhere. When we try to mold ourselves to please everyone, we end up losing focus on our own goals and dreams. It's like wearing tight shoes. Every step becomes painful and takes us further away from our true path. Stoic philosophy invites us to embrace our uniqueness and take pride in our unique colors. But how can we apply these Stoic teachings in our daily lives? First, it's essential to recognize and accept our own individuality. Epictetus in the Discourses reminds us that what is beyond our control should not disturb us. We can't control others' expectations, but we can control our reactions and choices. By focusing on our own goals and values, we begin to tread a path that is truly ours. Second, we need to learn to say no when necessary. Seneca, in his letters to Lucilius, highlights the importance of protecting our time and energy. He writes, "Hasten to live well and think that each day is by itself a life. Every moment we spend trying to please others is a moment we'll never get back. Therefore, it's vital that we are selective with our commitments and loyal to what truly matters to us." Fifth lesson, preserving the integrity of the past. In the modern world, we're constantly encouraged to share every detail of our lives, including the most intimate aspects of our past. However, in light of the words of Nietzsche and other Stoic philosophers, an important reflection emerges. Should we really expose everything we've experienced? Nietzsche, in his monumental work, warns us about the dangers of overexposing our old ideas. He reminds us that by revealing every detail of our past, we risk reliving old pains and challenges, jeopardizing our emotional and mental stability. Thus, we should be selective when sharing our story, protecting ourselves from the potential harm that excessive exposure can cause. You cannot build the future if you do not know the past. Friedrich Nietzsche. As we ponder on the wisdom contained in Nietzsche's quote, we realize that preserving the past doesn't mean hiding our experiences, but rather sharing them with discernment. We should remember that our history is unique and valuable, but also personal and intimate. Sharing only the essential allows us to maintain our privacy and protect our inner peace. Faced with social pressure to reveal everything, we're challenged to exercise discernment and the courage to protect our past. We must resist the temptation to overexpose ourselves, reminding ourselves that our story belongs to us, not to the scrutiny of others. By sharing only what is necessary, we preserve our integrity and strengthen our emotional resilience. In essence, protecting our past is a demonstration of authenticity and self-compassion. Following the teachings of Stoic philosophers, we learn to share our experiences wisely, protecting ourselves from the dangers of excessive exposure. May we honor our history, preserving its integrity and safeguarding our inner peace. Sixth lesson, celebrating personal progress. In the teachings of Epictetus, we find a valuable lesson about the importance of recognizing and celebrating our own achievements. In a world where we often seek external validation, it's essential to remember to value our own success. In this script, we will explore how the Stoic practice of celebrating personal progress can lead us to a more fulfilling and authentic life. Epictetus reminds us that the pursuit of admiration from others should not overshadow our own self-admiration. By celebrating our achievements, we not only cultivate self-confidence, but also strengthen our emotional resilience. Every step towards our goals, no matter how small, deserves to be recognized as a significant victory in our personal journey. The man is disturbed not by things, but by the principles and notions which he forms concerning them. Reflecting on Epictetus's words, we understand that our perception of achievements is crucial to our happiness and fulfillment. By cultivating a mindset of gratitude and recognition, we're able to find meaning even in the smallest progress. Celebrating each advancement allows us to see the intrinsic value of our own growth, regardless of others' opinions. The challenge lies in overcoming the need for external validation and embracing the practice of acknowledging our own success. We must resist the temptation to constantly compare ourselves to others and seek their approval. Instead, let's focus on our own accomplishments and celebrate every step of our journey with gratitude and humility. Seventh lesson, managing your time wisely. The wise words of Seneca resonate through the centuries, reminding us of the importance of managing our time wisely. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by external demands, it is essential to protect our time as a valuable resource. In this script, we will explore how Stoic philosophy invites us to regain control over our lives by prioritizing activities that nourish our soul and promote our personal growth. Seneca reminds us that it is not the lack of time that limits us, but rather the waste of it on activities that do not add value to our journey. We must resist the temptation to get lost in the expectations of others and reclaim our time to invest it in ourselves. Maintaining a healthy balance between our external obligations and our inner well-being is essential for a fulfilling and meaningful life. The wise man lives according to reason, not according to opinion. Reflecting on Seneca's words, we understand that the true value of time lies in how we choose to invest it. By prioritizing activities that align with our values and aspirations, we strengthen our integrity and authenticity. We must remember that our time is a limited and precious resource, and it is our duty to use it consciously and deliberately. The challenge lies in resisting external pressure and cultivating a healthy relationship with time. We must learn to say no to demands that are not aligned with our priorities and goals. By making conscious choices about how we invest our time, we strengthen our autonomy and self-esteem, allowing us to live with more purpose and meaning. Eighth lesson: cultivating meaningful relationships. The philosophical metaphors of Plato and Marcus Aurelius offer profound insights into the importance of interpersonal relationships and personal autonomy. In a world where we often lose ourselves in the expectations of others, it is essential to prioritize our connections with friends and family while cultivating our own autonomy. In this script, we will explore how these Stoic teachings can guide us to a life of meaningful relationships and personal authenticity. Plato's metaphor, comparing people to the earth that sustains us, reminds us of the importance of nurturing healthy relationships. In a world where external approval often dictates our choices, we must resist the temptation to seek validation outside ourselves. Reconnecting with friends and family who unconditionally support us strengthens our emotional foundation and offers us solid support in times of challenge. True friendship is like phosphorescence. It shines best when everything else is dark. Reflecting on Tagore's quote, we understand that true friendship shines even in the darkest hours of our lives. By prioritizing genuine relationships, we build a support network that sustains us in times of difficulty and celebrates us in our achievements. We should express gratitude to those who have helped us grow, recognizing the invaluable value of their presence in our lives. The challenge lies in finding the balance between nurturing meaningful relationships and preserving our personal autonomy. We must avoid excessive compromises that divert us from the path of our own fulfillment. Just as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, overly focusing on another person can obscure our vision of ourselves and our goals. We must regain control of our lives, remembering that we are the protagonists of our own journey. I hope these wise teachings can help you face the challenges of life and relationships. If you are going through these issues, share your reflections and experiences in the comments below. See you in the next video.